Do you remember this little journal? I made this a few weeks ago based on the idea of turning a card design into a junk journal. If you have missed the video where I made this, you can find a link down below in the description box of this video. I made this in my English video and a second one in my German video. And this is what I have on my desk here today. The idea behind this is basically the same. I mean, for this and for the other one you've just seen. And today I want to go on with decorating this journal. As you can see, I've already added some decoration. I've made some page tabs here with some lace and fabric and that stuff. I've already also added some collages, some stamping, some washi tape, some buddies and so on. But this is still not finished. And today I want to decorate this journal a little more. I want to have some more stenciling and especially some pockets or belly bands or other possibilities to put tags and journaling cards in. And I thought I'd turn on the camera because this is also something that's on my junk journal bucket list. If you're new to my channel, let me quickly explain what a junk journal bucket list is. That's a list which is only existing in my head. And on that list, there are things that I always wanted to try regarding to junk journaling, of course, or, you know, junk journal related things. On this list are also some things that I couldn't finish yet because, you know, no time. This is something, you know, like that, which I couldn't finish yet. And at the same time, I'm celebrating February because February is my month of birth. And I thought, why don't we make a little party during February where we can sit together and craft together a little bit. And this is what I'm doing here. If you have missed the other junk journal bucket list videos, you can find a whole playlist linked below this video where you can watch everything that happened here on my channel in February. And I'm really happy that your reaction to those videos is just so fantastic because this is so much fun to sit here and to craft together with you, because these videos are also meant for you to have something that you can watch or listen to while you are crafting on your own things. Meaning this is not like tutorials. Of course, there are some like portions of videos which are tutorialish, is that a word? But these videos are mainly meant that for you, so that you have something that you can, watch or listen to when you are crafting, perhaps on something totally different, because what I have here is probably not exactly the same you have on your desk right now. But that doesn't matter because this is, you know, a party and everyone can do what he or she wants to do. And that is really, really cool because then we can have a great time together and at the same time we can finish some things we need to finish or we want to finish or, you know. And this is something I really enjoy for several reasons because I already recorded my German video yesterday and I have made some things in this journal, for example, this little pocket here, and I realized that this is just so relaxing for me and that is absolutely fantastic. And why can this happen? This can only happen because you like these videos as well and you watch these videos. So I want to thank you that you have reacted already to the other videos in such a positive way. That is absolutely amazing. And I really enjoy this time together with you. And I'm so hoping that you also have some things where you then later on, you know, after our little craft session here, think that is great and I have something that I like on my desk now, and I'm satisfied because that is, you know, the main goal. Where's my black ink pad? Where is this black ink pad? Ah, here. When I recorded these videos, the other videos that I already have published in February, I was sometimes like, you know, in this feeling of what the heck am I doing here? Because the videos are so different. They don't follow like, you know, a series would follow something. Yeah, there are so many different things on my junk journal bucket list that I, excuse me, in the meantime, I mean, when I worked on these videos, I was like, hopefully the people are not too confused about what I'm doing here. But you are just amazing, and you are just so, so cute with your reaction to those videos. That is just wonderful. I have these little silhouette birds here in different variations. So this one is like, you know, he's a special one. The others are, I mean, the others are also special, but they are, you know, made with the same technique, and this one is a different one. This is Tim Holtz linen tape. I got these in a Happy Mail, and the person who has made these has taped the tape, stick the tape to paper, and I think this is even a Tim Holtz packaging. Oh, I just see that. Yes, I think so. That seems to be an ideology package. Or it was an ideology package, now it's birds. And these are just cute, so I thought, why don't I use these in the journal? Because I have this bird here as well, which comes from the Fall 1 release. This is a little bigger than the others. You know, Tim Holtz and CHIC have released this Fall collection. And with that, for example, this silhouette bird comes in a bigger size, and that is just cool because this is good for a cover, and the smaller ones we can use in the journal. I really like the idea of this Fall collection, and when I went through my stash before I started recording this, I was like, ooh, I have these. I want to use these here because they are just perfect here. He's a little bit invisible. Do I like that? I think we need a... Ooh, what happened here? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! What happened here? No! Oh no! Oh no, can you see? Oh no, I have accidentally added the page tab to 2 pages instead of only 1. Oh no. Holy cow. What is that? Ah. Okay, so we have to repair this here before we can decide for the position of the bird. Oh, I'm happy that I have glued this with double-sided tape. Perhaps I have to add a little additional glue here, depending on how well this sticks now. But now I have to repair this first. How do we do that? Can we perhaps just add a little something here? And this is also something you perhaps wouldn't see in a normal video, which is not like this, because, yeah, when something like this happens to me, I mean, this is not the only time that this happens to me, but I think, oh, I want to ink this. I think normally, I mean, if this was a tutorial, then I would probably cut this thing out from the video. When I edit the video, then I would probably, you know, cut this portion out, and you won't see it. But for these videos, there was a really, yeah, important point that I wanted to have in those videos, that I also leave these things in the videos, because I wanted to show you that those accidents happen to me as well. I mean, the most of you know that because when you follow me, if you follow me for a longer time already, you know that there are accidents happening on my desk as well, of course. But sometimes I have the feeling that some of you think that everything I do is, you know, it works at the first try. But that is definitely not the fact. And with these videos, I also want to encourage you a little bit, if that is necessary. Because I think some of you, yeah, need that. That sounds a little bit weird, but I have that feeling because of your comments below my other videos. And I often leave like tiny accidents in my videos because I want to stay real, because I am real. Do you know what I mean? It would be really weird for me if I would edit my videos so that you can't see mistakes anymore. That would make the whole thing really, really weird in my eyes, because junk journaling is trial and error in my eyes. And mistakes, and especially this feeling of making mistakes, is really important in my eyes. And because of that, I think it's also important to have videos like this, where we can just sit and chat a little bit, and where you can see like the pure reality, because these videos are also nearly not edited, meaning I have the video footage, and only if something, you know, really, really bad would happen, like, you know, I would spill my coffee over my journal or something like that, then I would probably cut that out to save the health of your ears, because that would probably mean that I would scream a little bit here for 2 hours or so. But that's the only thing, I mean, those like really crazy accidents I would cut out, and the rest is like unplugged. And that is not only something where I think that some of you appreciate that, and I don't only think that, I know that because you have already written that in the comments, but at the same time, this saves me a ton of time. And I think I've talked about that in the other videos as well already. You are just so wonderful to me, not only in February, but always. I think you know that. But I want to point that out, what this means to me, what I can do here at the moment, because you save my time. And that means I have a lot of freedom and a lot of time for other things. And I really, really appreciate that. Oh, okay, so I think I can't use this. I first have to repair this. Oh, no. And this red is also not so nice here. Here's no red except of this. Oh, my goodness, that is not possible. Please, little pocket, go away. That is not so good. What about this? This is also red, I know. Yeah, but that fits a little better if we ink this. Perhaps it's possible to include this somewhere here. For the colors here, I stayed in a really neutral palette, I would say. That also comes with this printable I have used here. This is my Shabby Chic Eco Dyed printable, which is also available, of course, in my shop. You will find the link down below in the description box. This is a printable where you can also have some pages which are squares, so that you can make yourself such a squared journal, but there are also rectangled, like, you know, full pages in that set. And as a little gift, I would like to give you 43% off on this set. You can get the discount with this code here. You can just put that into this little box at the end of your order, and then the 43% will automatically apply. 43 because I have turned 43 in the beginning of February. What is this? I think this is a journaling card. This would be nice here, I think. Oh, look. Is this a good... Yes. Oh my goodness, that is a good position. But I think we should add a little paper clip or something. Ooh. I bought these, but this is... Oh, it's so hard to open. I can't open it. Oh my goodness. Come on. And you always can't see which is the lid and which is the bottom. That is a little bit confusing, because the other day it happened to me and it happens again, but that is not the problem. This, you know, now everything is in the lid, but that is not the problem. I think I have to change the storage for these paper clips, because, you know, it's not so handy. Okay. This is perfect. I wanted to find a place for this bird before I got a little lost here. Do you also have those problems? I mean, you want to do something in your journal, and then you have the things laying around, and you think, okay, I want to have the bird, and you think about this bird, and 10 minutes later you end up doing something totally different and the bird is still there. That happens to me all the time. This is too black, and that's what's happening here right in this moment. Perhaps this one. It's too much. I really like the idea of having another bird here in addition to this owl. This owl, and this originally was a journaling card, and I've turned that into this little pocket here in my German video. Now it holds these tiny tags. This card comes also from one of my printables. The printable is called The Day After Valentine. There are several different items which you can mix and match if you want. And I would like to give you 43% on those as well. For that, you can use this code here in my shop. There's a more neutral version available, and that's also where this card comes from, and a more colorful version of that printable. And it's a little I like that I have this here, because I have a little basket which is always in my drawer, where I collect all of those like tinier ephemera things which have a neutral color, because for my colored ephemera I have a different storage system, but everything neutral is in an extra drawer, you could say. And when I have taken this out, that was before I knew that I want to make this junk journal bucket list series, and I've already put that loose into the journal so that I don't forget to use it. Ah, haha. And now it stands out. Yay, I like that. And now I have this card here, and the printable is called The Day After Valentine. And now I'm thinking, well, it's the end of February. I mean, it's not February 15th, which would be, you know, the exact date, day after Valentine's Day. But I find that a little funny, because it's like a happy coincidence, or how can I call that? That I have this card here now, and it's like, you know, the right time as well, because I made this, oh my goodness, years ago. It's a really old printable. And here I remember I used some photos of real junk, And that was also the idea behind that printable. I had some photos of plastic bags and that stuff, and like really, yeah, dirty photos. I mean, not the photos itself, but what was shown on the photos was really dirty and like real junk, but somehow those photos looked artsy to me, and that was the reason why I have combined those photos with other things like this owl and so on. Because what is the day after Valentine? I mean, what is Valentine's Day? What is that? I think there are not enough people in this world who appreciate the meaning of Valentine's Day. And I always have the feeling that being in this craft community is something special also regarding to Valentine's Day, because we always think about things, not only on Valentine's Day, but perhaps, yeah, Valentine's Day is a special thing for, a special day for projects, a special day where you can say, okay, I make a special project for especially that day, some cards or whatever. And I think that is really a good thing, because when there are people in this community who have this feeling for the meaning of Valentine's Day, then perhaps the world can get a little better, and not this, I have to buy flowers, I have to buy chocolate, or, yeah, so this, yeah, I have the feeling that some people only buy things, and they buy things for Valentine's Day because it's Valentine's Day, yeah. And what is happening on the rest of the days of the year? I mean, you can be nice to a person you love in the rest of the year as well. Why do you buy flowers on Valentine's Day, and why don't you just buy flowers on May 7th? I mean, there is not Valentine's Day, but perhaps you want to give some love away on another day. Do you know what I mean? And this Valentine's Day, it's all about, yeah, somehow these commercials and buying stuff, and I really don't like that. And yeah, in this community, there's this awareness, I think is the word, for the really important things when it comes to Valentine's Day. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully. Oh, what do we have here? This is also nice. Oh, but the backside is not nice. Can we turn this into a pocket? I'm just realizing that I said I want to make pockets, but where are the pockets now, Louise? This could be nice if we punch a notch in here. This is also really unusual for me, having these neutral colors. I mean, I like neutral, yeah, don't get me wrong. But in the most cases, when I make my journals, there are more colors than in this journal. But that is good, because then we can also try something new and see if we like that or not. And I must say, I really enjoy this, because with these neutral colors, you have also an easier job somehow to decorate things. I mean, if you... I'm sorry. If you don't have neutral paper, then it could be hard. But I think everyone has neutral paper as well. But this is a chance to decorate a journal in a really relaxed way. I'm realizing that I can talk to you and do this at the same time without being overwhelmed. because normally before I glue a pocket down, do you know, there happen some other things, and I mean, time flies by before I glue something down normally, and with this it's really easy, and I have the feeling that it's also because of the fact that this is neutral, because then, you know, the possibilities of combinations are also a little bigger than having, yeah, like a color palette where you think, okay, I want to follow this color palette really exactly. I just have taken out my little box of scraps, so in here I store yeah, fails and and are just some Heinzel scraps and other, you know, it's like a leftover box with leftovers, don't know. I want to have that little cluster thingy here, because here I like this straight edge, but on this side don't really like that. Perhaps we can make something here. Oh, that is too light. Perhaps we could even let me see. Nope. Perhaps like this, but then we need something underneath. Where is this lighter scrap? Perhaps like this. Yeah, that can work. How do you decorate your journals? I mean, do you finish the journal with the naked pages and then decorate it? Or do you decorate the pages before you sew them into the journal? I have often asked that, and you have often answered to that, but I would be really interested in if something has changed is your opinion and your way to do that still the same, or have you changed your method of doing that? Because I have the feeling every time I ask this question, the answers are not only totally different, but the answers they change with the time, because there are people who say, I have decorated my pages first for years, and I have the loose pages until I am totally sure that I have all the decoration on my pages, and then I sew them into the journal and make my signatures and so on. And there are other people who do it exactly the other way around. But then sometimes I also read the same names, but with, you know, the other method. So that means some of you have obviously changed their mind and their technique, and that is interesting, because it's for me it's the same. Sometimes I think it would be good to have all of the decoration on the pages first, because then I can see how thick everything gets, especially if I want to have like bulky ephemera in my journal. And yeah, then it's also easier to find the width of the spine, of course, later, when you have everything already done. But sometimes I really like to have the finished journal. I have to say that is more fun to me, having a finished journal and then decorating it instead of the other way around, because then I have the feeling like this, yeah, this is more fun to me than having the loose pages or the loose signatures in front of me, because this feels like I have my journal and I can work in it now. And if you have the loose signatures, then yeah, you have loose signatures, do you know? And that is something somehow different. And it's also weird to say I have my finished journal here, because it isn't finished, but it's the signatures are sewn in, and that is somehow like finished, yeah. And you can also, I think you can also see better what you want to do and how you want to decorate your journal when you have it like, you know, bound together, and you can flip through the pages like you would do it when it's completely finished. I mean, with decoration and so on. And perhaps you remember this thing with the photo of my grandparents in one of the other February videos. If you haven't seen that, something happened to me there, and that was totally coincidence. But you have seen that because my videos in February are like they are. You know, I record this and then you get them unplugged. I just wanted to explain what I mean when I say matte photo paper. And I wanted to take out a glossy photo just for comparison. And it happened by coincidence that I have taken out a photo of my grandma. And then, you know, I got a little emotional, and we have talked about my grandparents and what they mean to me and what they mean for my artist name, Luise Heinzel. I have told you that I have chosen my artist name because Luise Heinzel is not my real name. I have chosen my artist name because of the names of my grandparents, Luise and Heinz. And when I watched that video again and when I read your comments, I was not only totally, it was such a warm feeling in my heart, but not only that, I realized something else, and that is just so cool. So let me explain. I will try to explain that now. Use a concentration. I wanted to celebrate February together with you. I wanted to celebrate my birthday together with you. My birthday is on February 4th. And we have met on the living room concert of SASCHA DEHM. So if you have been there, you know what I'm talking about. If not, I will quickly explain what we have done. SASCHA is a German singer and songwriter. I have met him last November when I had a really, really bad time. I found him on TikTok, and he got a really important person to me. And I thought it's a perfect thing that we can meet on his concert. So he's doing that each first Sunday each month. He's doing that on YouTube on the first Sunday of each month. And it was coincidence that the first Sunday of February was February the 4th, meaning it was my birthday. So that was the idea, that we can meet there. And I wanted to have something, you know, where we can meet and where I don't have to do anything. So meaning where I can be together with you in my free time without the need of making a video or something like that. You have been thrilled about that. There have been so many people. I think there have been approximately 400 people at the same time. SASCHA was overwhelmed as well. I think he can still can't believe it. And with that being said, I realized something else. So those are the facts, yeah? We are celebrating my birthday. We are celebrating the month of February. We are crafting together. And we met on February 4th on this concert. February 4th is not only my birthday, but it's also the birthday of my grandma. Meaning, Luise, my grandma, shared her birthday with me. Meaning, we have met on that concert, not only on the birthday on my birthday, but also on the birthday of my grandma. What is she talking about? It will make sense in a second. So, with that in mind, I thought, when is the next living room concert on Sascha's channel? And I realized that the first Sunday of March is March the 3rd. Believe it or not, March the 3rd is the birthday of my grandpa. And I don't want to cry again. I don't want to get emotional again. And perhaps this is something that is hard to understand if you don't know me yet. If you are new here, then it is perhaps hard to understand. But if you know me already, then you probably get what I'm just trying to say. It's just such a special thing, because I have the feeling that we started this whole party with the birthday of my grandma and my own birthday, but her birthday is even more important to me. It always has been more important also in my childhood, because when she made her party, I mean, she was my grandma, yeah? She was like, when I was a child, she already, of course, in my eyes, was an old woman, yeah? And for me, it was always like a thing of respect that I let her celebrate her birthday on that day, February the 4th, with her friends, and that I make my party on another day, for example, the weekend after February the 4th or something like that. And with that, the birthday of my grandma was always more important than my own birthday. But that was okay for me. And that was, yeah, it was like that. February the 4th, okay, my grandma has her party. And the thing is, my grandpa, he is actually younger than my grandma, 4 weeks approximately. And he was always joking about that. He was always like, you know, the older people in the family, I mean, you know, my grandma, the older people in the family have, you know, the right to celebrate their birthday. They have the priority of, you know, I don't know how I can say that. I think you already got me. She's allowed to celebrate her birthday because she's older, and all of the other people in the family who are younger, including myself and my grandpa, they have to wait, you know, for another date to celebrate. And he was always so cute and so, yeah, he was just, if you would think about the perfect man and you would need a picture, then take a picture of my grandpa and you have the perfect man. And for this whole thing, that means so much to me in this case, because it feels like we have started with the party on February 4th and we can end this series with the party on March the 3rd, and with this connection to my grandparents, that is just, it's just such an amazing feeling for me. And I would be really happy if we could meet again on Sascha's concert on March the 3rd, and perhaps we can then also, oh no, okay, it wants to be smaller. No, it's too small. I wanted to make, like, you know, a belly band. Now it has torn off there. Let's make something else out of it. Yeah, perhaps we can, yeah, celebrate. We have celebrated the beginning of this thing, and perhaps we can celebrate the end on March the 3rd. I mean, March the 3rd, that is still end of February, isn't it? And perhaps we can come together there again. It would be, that would be just amazing. And for all of you who have missed the party on February 4th. That is your chance. And I say that because many of you have written something like, oh no, I have missed the party, I'm so stupid. I have looked to my time converter, but I couldn't find the right time, or I have just missed it. I forgot that it was on that day. And yeah, for all of you who have written that and who wanted to join but missed it for some reason, that is your chance. So if you want to check out Sascha's channel before you come to the party, if you want to know what he is doing, he has a few videos on YouTube. I mean, not only a few, there are also some, you can watch a lot of replays of his live streams on his channel, but you can also find his music videos he made for his own songs. He has own songs, but he also covers some other songs. And I already talked to him and said to him that he shall include some more English songs on March the 3rd, because I thought perhaps that is nice for you, even if he says that his English is a little weird. And that's probably true. And I think I can say that because, you know, he says it as well, and it's okay that I say that then. But it's at the same time sometimes a little funny because, I mean, English is also not my mother language. And I know how hard it is to talk in English and to find the right words and the right grammar and so on. And I can't imagine how hard it must be to sing in English. So that is really a big thing in my eyes, if you are able to do that. And I really appreciate the effort he is putting into that, because, you know, if you don't understand a language and you shall sing in that language, that's, I think, another difficulty next to, I mean, I know what I'm saying here at the moment, even, or I know what I want to say, even if I make mistakes. But if you don't understand the lyrics, for example, of a song, and you want to sing it because you like the melody, or you have translated it and then you want to sing it because then you know the content of the song. But imagine you don't understand what you sing. That is, in my eyes, a really hard thing to do. But he promised that he wants to sing some more English songs as well. And I can promise that he is doing a really good job. On TikTok, sometimes he sings English songs because on TikTok, the live stream is not replayable. I think that's a word. And I think he has more... he's more brave when he's doing that there, and he knows that it is there for the people who are live there, and then later on nobody can see it anymore and can hear it anymore, and it's just for that moment. But yeah, I think he's doing a really good job with these English songs. So the link to his socials is down below in the description box, if you want to check that out. And I'm just realizing that this is really pinkish, but somehow it fits here. Oh, sorry, you can't see that. It fits here to this, and there's this like rosé, this purple, this red, and this makes it really like, you know, crazy combination of reds, isn't it? But somehow I have the feeling that this wants to be here and that it is good. I mean, perhaps it is also nice to have a pop of color in the end of the journal, and with this, why not? First I thought I want to put the tag in here so that you then can take it out, but why don't we make a double pocket? Or we could also... let's staple that. Then it doesn't get so stiff, because this is already really stiff. This is a like a scrapbooking paper. This is a cut base, so it's already really stiff, and this tag is also not so flimsy. Look what I bought. I bought this for myself for my birthday. It's my birthday present. This is the tiny attacher by Tim Holtz, and I'm so in love with these tiny staples. That is so cool. I mean, I wouldn't do something like this with a normal stapler, because then the staples would just be too big. And this is, it's there. It adds interest, but at the same time, it's invisible, and that is good. So why haven't I put a little something through the hole before I attached that? Can I still do that? I have no idea. And perhaps there are some of you who also don't know that, what I'm saying now. I just want to, you know, come back for a short moment to the topic before the last topic. Because this thing with my grandparents, I don't know if you can imagine how much that influences what I'm doing here. Even if they have passed away years ago, it still influences what I'm doing, and that is in such a happening in such a massive way that you also, I mean, how can you see that? Yeah, I don't talk about my grandparents in every single video. Some of you have also written that you didn't know about this thing, that I have taken my artist name, Luise Heinzel, from my grandparents' names. So that means I haven't talked about that for a longer time. So otherwise you would know it. But this thing, on the one hand, my grandparents have been the perfect couple in my eyes. They were so... They had so much respect for each other. That is, in my eyes, hard to find in my life. When I look at other couples around me, I can't see those things anymore. That is sad at the one hand, but it's a chance to reflect what you are doing in your own life as well. And my grandparents are really big role models for me in this point, not only in that point, but also, yeah, in other points as well, other aspects of life, let's say. That's the one thing that I really appreciate, what they have given me, so that I can decide how I want to have my own relationships to other people. I've learned a lot from them. That is one really big thing. And that's also why this whole thing influences me so much, because when I'm sitting here and when I craft here and make videos and when I talk to you, my grandparents are always with me somehow. There are days they are more in my head than on others, but they are always here. And that also is, that makes that they are part of my videos as well. Does that make sense? And another thing that you perhaps don't know if you follow me just, you know, for a short time, my grandma, she was also an artist, and she made the most amazing oil paintings. She has done other things as well with clay and that stuff, but she, no, not clay, how is that called? It's something similar, you know, this, it's not clay, it's, the noun is pottery, I think, but how is that stuff called that you use for making pottery? This stuff, similar to clay. But the main thing, well, 50-50, I would say. 50% pottery, 50% oil paintings. Oh, look how cool. This blue. Oh, this fits so well to this oxidation here. I want to have this bird somewhere here. How to do that? Yeah, and I I am really, really influenced by my grandma when I talk about my artsy skills or something like that. If you think Louise has talent somehow, then you know that I got that from my grandma, definitely, because I don't know another person in my family who could have given that to me. But at the same time, perhaps you want to know that when I was a child, often crafted together with my grandma. And this is something that's still here. When I sit here, she is here. And my grandpa as well, but somehow different. My grandma is here in form of also giving me tips, encouraging me. She has taught me a lot of skills for painting and that stuff. Even if I don't paint so much in my journals, I have the feeling that I have some skills I wouldn't have without her knowledge that she has forwarded to me. And I really appreciate that. And when we talk about that we sit here together in February and craft together, that is something even more special to me, because you are sitting here with me and you are the people I'm talking to at the moment. I often talk to my grandma as well, yes, but that is mainly happening in my head. And when I sit here and make my videos, I talk to you and I can hear what I say. Yeah, I mean, I can listen to the voice in my head as well, but do you know what I mean? That is a difference if you speak it out loud or if you only think it. That doesn't mean that speaking it out loud means more. Yeah, I don't want to put weight to that, but it's something different. And I have the feeling that, how can I say that? Even if my grandma is not here and I can talk to her, yes, but she's not here. It's somehow similar to the fact that I can talk to you and that you are here even if you are not here. Do you know what I mean? And that makes it even more special. And I have the feeling that I need to do this party thing, February thing, next year again. What do you think about that? Shall we do that again? Perhaps we can already do that in May. Whose birthday is in May? Can we perhaps do that in May? Oh, why is that only happening? I just said a month that came to my mind immediately, and that was May. Do you know whose birthday is in May? You can guess it. Oh my goodness. That was coincidence. Perhaps you are wondering why I don't splatter to my ephemera or also to the pages. In some spots I will definitely add splatters later. Here, for example, I think I could make some black splatters around the bird here, but I want to save your nerves and your, I want to... Can I please? Thank you. I want to have you, and I want you to have a nice time with me here, and not, hearing my heat tool so often, because that is, a little annoying and very loud. So that's the reason why I don't do that here, and I don't add splatters now, but later on I will definitely add some splatters here and there. For example, here it would look probably really nice if here were some splatters where the feet of the bird are. Yeah, so, and I also, when I make journals without the camera, I also like to splatter in one go, or how do you say that? So, sorry, now I have to use my heat tool. And I've used it before, I know. This is not so extremely loud, but it's always like, you know, I want to avoid to use that, but sometimes it's not possible. Or sometimes I don't even think about to turn it off or to dry something without talking. And I think it's also time saving to splatter everything at the same time, or nearly at the same time. I mean, for example, let's say I want to have splatters here, then I can, no, I want to have splatters through the journal, then I can take out my paint, splatter here, dry it. Look, okay, splatters here, splatter here, dry it, and so on, so that I can go through the whole journal and add the splatters there where I want them. And yeah, that is, in my eyes, handy, because then it just saves a little time when you can do that all in, yeah, like one splatter session. This is just so relaxing. And I also have the feeling, have I mentioned that before? I don't know. Why am I inking the back side? I don't know. I don't need that. I'm going to make a tuck spot. Yeah, a tuck spot here. I don't know if I have mentioned that before, but somehow I have the feeling that I do things that I normally wouldn't do. Like this, for example. I really like this. I mean, I do things I normally wouldn't do, but with liking them. That is somehow crazy. It's good, but it's crazy at the same time. Perhaps I should always do things like this on camera. I have the feeling, yeah, I think I've talked about that in the very beginning. I can make faster decisions somehow about where I want to glue something down or staple something on or so. That is, why is that? I mean, I have to concentrate to don't talk weird stuff, and at the same time I have to put my concentration to this, to don't make weird stuff in the journal. How is that possible? I mean, that is two things at the same time. I mean, it's only two things at the same time. Some women can do more things at the same time. I know, and only women can do that. Perhaps I should think about that. Perhaps I can find an explanation for that, why it is like this. Well, is that nice? Not really. Here has to happen something else. I accidentally stamped a little too far to the left. I didn't want to do that, but it's good because now this bird can go here and cover that up. That looks nice. And this red is also really similar to the red the cover has. Yeah, so I think I need another coffee now and something for lunch. And then this video can go to YouTube for you. so that you can watch it. Yay! And I'm really hoping that you had a fun time here as well, because I definitely had that. And perhaps you could also finish something from your own junk journal bucket list. That would make me really happy. And if you just had a coffee and watched the video, then of course it makes me also happy. You don't have to craft along here. Or you don't have to craft at all. If you just want to watch the videos, that's also of course really nice. And I appreciate that. But I would be happy if you are happy right now, and that of course can happen, you know, in several different ways. You can also be happy without having been creative, of course. The main point is I want that you are happy as well. That is my main goal. And of course, I would love to hear what you have done while you have watched this video. And if you have any questions, of course, please feel free to leave a comment. And I'm hoping that we will see the next time again. Even if I'm a little sad that the party is nearly over. But we have a few days left. Yay, that is really good. So let's celebrate the rest of the time as well. And I wish you a very, very great day. And this little birdie and I, wish you a very great day. See you the next time. Bye bye.